Major legal breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. A federal judge has just rightfully, legally, constitutionally, and lawfully blocked Donald Trump's bid to illegally shut down the education department in the federal government. Let's take a look at the reporting by WGN9. The article, ladies and gentlemen, is titled Judge Blocks Trump's orders to dismantle the education department and fire employees. Ladies and gentlemen, and that article begins. A federal judge on Thursday blocked President Donald Trump's executive order to dismantle the education department and ordered the agency to reinstate employees who were fired in mass layoffs. The administration said it would challenge the ruling. U.S. District Judge Myong Yoon in Boston granted a preliminary injunction stopping the Trump administration from carrying out plans announced in March that sought to work toward President Donald Trump's goal to shut down the department. It marks a setback to one of the Republican president's campaign promises. The ruling came in two consolidated lawsuits that said Trump's plan amounted to an illegal closure of the education department. One suit was filed by Somerville and East Hampton School District in Massachusetts, along with the American Federation of Teachers and other education groups. The other suit was filed by a coalition of 21 Democratic attorneys general. The suits argued that layoffs left the department unable to carry out responsibilities required by Congress, including duties to support special education, distribute financial aid and enforce civil rights laws. In his order, June said the plaintiffs painted a, quote, stark picture of the irreparable harm that will result from financial uncertainty and delay impeding access to vital knowledge on which students and educators rely, and loss of essential services for America's most vulnerable student populations, unquote. Layoffs of that scale, he added, quote, will likely cripple the department. The idea that defendants' actions are merely a reorganization is plainly not true, unquote. Hours later, the Trump administration appealed the ruling. Quote, once again, a far-left judge has dramatically overstepped his authority based on a complaint from biased plaintiffs and issued an injunction against the previously lawful efforts to make the Department of Education more efficient and functional for the American people, unquote. Spokesperson Maddie Biederman said in a statement. June ordered the Education Department to reinstate federal workers who were terminated as part of the March 11 layoff announcement. Before we continue with the legal breaking reporting, ladies and gentlemen, Maddie is solely wrong. The judge did not overstep his authority. Donald Trump cannot illegally or legally, because he doesn't have the power whatsoever, shut down the Education Department. Maddie needs to shut her mouth. She is not educated whatsoever, apparently. The judges are there to correct unlawful duties of the president, unlawful duties and actions of the president. That is. Continuing with the legal breaking reporting. That announcement led to the firing of 1,300 people. Some Education Department employees have left through buyout offers and the termination of probationary employees, which, combined with the layoffs, have reduced the staff to roughly half the 4,100 the department had when Trump took office. Quote, today's order means that the Trump administration's disastrous mass firings of civil servants are blocked while this wildly disruptive and unlawful agency action is litigated, unquote, Sky Perryman said, president and CEO of Democracy Forward, which represents plaintiffs in the Somerville case. Randy Weingarten, the president of the American Federation of Teachers, called the decision a first step to reverse this war on knowledge and the undermining of broad-based opportunity, unquote. The administration has said the layoffs are aimed at efficiency, not a department shutdown. Trump has called for the closure of the agency, but recognizes it must be carried out by Congress, the government said. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump right here is lying, as well as the government. Here's why, ladies and gentlemen. Because if they recognize that that power is solely invested within Congress, they wouldn't be doing this. But yet, they're illegally overstepping. They are illegally overstepping. The judge is not overstepping. Continuing with the article. The administration said restructuring the agency may impact certain services until the organization is finished, but it's committed to fulfilling its statutory requirements. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's, for this legal breaking reporting. If you did enjoy this legal breaking reporting, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy firstly. Secondly, if you want to make sure that you're always up to date on all the things legal breaking reporting wise on the side of politics, please follow me on my social medias that'll be linked down below in the video description. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat, Threads, as well as TikTok. Thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, if you also want to make sure that you're always up to date on all the things legal breaking reporting wise on the side of politics, please hit the bell icon as well as the all notifications option. The bell icon is located directly beneath the screen here on the right hand side of the subscribe button. Fourthly, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to, please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy, and help me reach the overall channel goal of 170 plus subscribers. The reason why I'm saying 170 plus subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, is because right after we reach and achieve the goal of 170 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, we have more subscribers to reach and achieve. Right after we reach and achieve the goal of 170 subscribers. Fifthly, ladies and gentlemen, please stay positive, please stay safe, and know that justice will prevail on the correct side of law, eventually, despite Donald Trump and his illegal, unconstitutional administration and regime's illegal executive orders, actions, and behaviors. Even though, ladies and gentlemen, I know it is hard for majority of you, unfortunately, during these unfortunate illegal induced darkness times caused by the illegal, unconstitutional Trump administration, Trump regime's illegal executive orders, actions, and behaviors. Until my next legal breaking reporting, ladies and gentlemen, I will look forward to talking to you guys in the next legal breaking reporting.